My name is Roman Gottfried, and I'm making this video because I need your support. Not for me, but for millions of dogs and their families who have suffered under unregulated dog training industry. This is personal, this is my journey, and this is why I'm fighting for Senate Bill S3814. I was raised with aversive parenting, strict rules, punishments, and a belief that obedience was the measure of success. It shaped how I was and saw the world. And when I became a dog trainer, I carried those same beliefs into my work. I was taught that tough dogs need tough love and tough training. The force, intimidation, punishment were necessary to fix the problem. And I believed it because that's what the industry told me to do. For years, I was considered an expert behavior balance trainer specializing in aggressive dogs, many of them deemed and pulled from the list in the East Coast shelters and rescues. These were the last chance dogs, and I believed that the only way to save them was through combination of reward and punishment. I was trained to think that shock collars, prong collars, choke collars, firm corrections were necessary tools to gain control, to rehabilitate them and make them compliant. And because I was seeing short-term compliance, I thought that was the way to go. I started to see patterns. Without maintaining suppression and those tools, the dogs reverted back to problematic behaviors. Some become even more aggressive, or others are just shut down, too afraid to do anything at all. But instead of questioning the methods, I blamed the dog or the owners. After all, the system was perfect and it convinced me that that's the way to go. But the truth was harder to ignore. No matter how many times I applied those techniques, the same issue resurfaced again because I followed through with my clients. And when punishment no longer worked, the only answer was more punishment, more correction, more control. It was that vicious circle of fear, and the dogs and their families were the only ones paying that price. Eventually, I reached an ethical dead end. And I had tried to convince myself that I was doing the right thing, but I ended up proving myself wrong. So, I made the choice to educate myself, immerse myself into research and studies, and became accredited with an ethical organization. And for the first time, I looked into actual science. Over the years, I encountered thousands of dogs, and I saw the aftermath firsthand. Dogs shut down, trapped into cycles of learned helplessness, dogs living in constant state of fear, dogs lashing out in aggression because they had no way out to cope. These weren't bad dogs. They were dogs who have been failed by the industry and by outdated methods, and by the system that allowed anyone, regardless of skills and ethics, to call themselves a trainer or a behaviorist or behavior consultant, no matter what you want to print on your cards. And this isn't just about me. Many trainers from all directions and approaches make knowingly or not use fear, intimidation, and harmful methods on dogs, but no ethical organization is there to hold them accountable. Veterinarians have licensing boards. Psychologists have ethical oversights. Teachers must be certified. Even healers are regulated. Yet, those who work with animals, some of them who are potentially dangerous, living between children and loving families and pets, operate in a system with no safeguards and no standards and no consequences. Training animals and modifying behavior without accountability is a game of Russian roulette. The risks are real, and the victims, both dogs and the families who love them, are the only ones suffer with the consequences. And now we have the chance to make sure no more dogs suffer the way these dogs have. There are 89 million pets in the United States. Millions of them will undergo some form of training in their lifetime. Yet, without regulations, their safety is left to a chance. Studies show that 25 to 30% of surrendered dogs were given up due to behavior issues, many of which were worsened by abusive training methods. Families are misled, dogs suffer, and nothing stops unqualified trainers from continuing to harm them. New Jersey has the opportunity to lead the way. Senate Bill S3 will ban cruel and outdated training methods. No more shock collars, no more fear-based training. Require trainers to be licensed and educated in ethical, science-based methods. Hold trainers accountable so families know their dogs are in safe hands. Protect dogs from unnecessary suffering, ensuring only the highest standards of care. This bill is backed by science. It aligns with the American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior, the American Animal Hospital Association, and the American Veterinary Medical Association. Imagine a future where every trainer is qualified, where no dogs are harmed in the name of training, where trust, respect, and love guide every step of their journey. Imagine a world where families don't have to question whether their trainer is safe, where no dogs are subject to abuse disguised as training. We can make that world a reality. But we cannot do this without you. This bill needs your voice, needs your signature, your support. Sign this petition now. Every signature pushes this bill forward. We can end harmful training. Sign the petition today.